It's been more than 2 years since he turned 16. But rather than worrying about taking driver's ed classes, doing drive times with his parents, or making an appointment at DMV, Luke continues to have his parents drive him everywhere. But it's not out of choice. It's out of necessity, as Luke was born with microphthalmia, a condition that rendered his left eye too small to allow for him to see out of it.
So I have what's called microphthalmia, which is in Latin for small eye. It's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. It means that like when I was born, my eye was not like fully developed as you would expect, and so like some of the nerves weren't like properly connected and everything, and so like because of that, I like my eye wasn't functioning and it was too small and everything, and so I had to get a prosthetic, which is just a fancy word for like a fake eye, pretty much, and so I can't see out of that eye, so I can only see out of my right eye, and then I have like some other assorted visual issues with my right eye, which makes my vision really bad there. But the main thing is my microphthalmia in my left eye.
The Newcomb family had a bit of a bittersweet moment in the short hours after Luke was born, finding out that their new baby boy had something different about him that would initially change the course of early life for the three of them.
I was devastated. It was the saddest day of my life. It was such a glorious occasion when Luke was born, happiest moment, and then the next morning my whole world was flipped upside down, and it was truly unbelievable. It was hard to comprehend what they were telling me and to understand that each eye had a different condition, and I was supposed to remain calm at the same time knowing that my child could be totally blind. It was hard as a mother to accept that, and I felt blame. I had a wonderful pregnancy, so of course it was very hard to accept.
For Dad, Richard Newcomb, Luke's condition meant the possibility of certain roadblocks on Luke's journey through life.
First, we didn't have a full understanding of what his issues or problems were, so that was a big mystery, and we weren't really sure what we were facing. You don't want your child to have any obstacles. You want to remove those obstacles and have them have every opportunity to be successful in their lives. To sort of start out of the gate with a potentially very serious obstacle was tough.
Luke's condition left him without a functioning left eye, but it also impaired his right eye as well, leaving him unable to do what many students 16 and older take for granted.
I can't drive, obviously. You need to drive. The DMV has like limits set on like what level of perception you need, like how far to each side you have to be able to see, and obviously because I'm not, I can't see out of one eye, I don't have as good of like field of view and everything, so I can't see as far as other people and can't see as wide, and so actually you can't drive at all. So 18, don't have a learner's permit or anything.
With Luke's inability to drive, the Newcomb family has looked into driverless cars, a developing self-driving technology intended to help people with vision impairments like Luke.
Yeah, so definitely something that I'm really looking forward to, and I'm really glad I was born, in today's age, not like 100 years ago, or even 50 or 20 years before I was born. Not just for people like me who can't drive currently, they're going to like revolutionize the way that everyone drives and everything. Until they're like, I guess, mass marketly available to like, the public and everything, I'll have to rely on like public transportation, Uber, but even that's not that bad. I'm lucky to live in like a world that has a lot of solutions for people who don't drive or can't drive.
However, his impairment doesn't stop at being unable to drive. It also affects his everyday life.
So just like some of the like day-to-day things that people do and use their eyes for, and just a bit harder for me. Something that's super obvious to anyone who's ever seen me or seen what I do in day-to-day life, like when I look at electronics, like a computer, phone, my iPad, something like that, I have to look like really close, and everyone's like, oh, you have such thick glasses, why do you have to get that close? That's bad for your eyes. But I mean, I literally have to, although I just want people to see it. So it looks really awkward when I'm holding my laptop like this, but it's what I have to do.
As Luke continues his journey through high school and on to his future, the Newcombs know that their son has the ability to adapt to new encounters and experiences.
I think any parent wants their child just to fit in, as every child does just want to fit in. Luke was bullied, I think, in middle school, and it took a while before Luke came and told us. I think he tried to deal with it the best that he could, and then until he felt that it was beyond his control, he came and spoke to us, and then that's when we actually spoke with the principal of the school and quickly put a stop to that. My goal for Luke is that he lives his life that God has planned for him. I think that God has a mission for Luke and has chosen Luke to carry out his plan, and that is really to help others see more by seeing less. He has big plans to go to college, grad school, married with kids, and I hope I'm here to see all those glorious things. But when I'm not, I know that God has him in his hands and will guide him and be with him every step of the way of his life.
While Luke may live with more challenges than the average high schooler, he is determined to not let them stop him from having a bright future.
I think like a lot of people like to put people in these like little boxes when it comes to like who they are. You know, like everyone wants to think that everyone has some sort of like defining feature that separates from everyone, and that kind of goes along with this, you know, the idea that like everyone's unique in some way. But like someone's uniqueness doesn't have to be like derived from some sort of abnormality in a negative way, right? So like a lot of people, you know, they'll put you in, you know, like, oh, he has a disability or something like that, or oh, he can't do this. But in reality, like I'm just like, you know, you and everyone else our age and all the teenagers and everything, where everyone's just trying to fit in, right? And so I don't want to be known as, you know, Luke the kid with one eye or Luke the kid with a glass eye, right? I'm just Luke, right? And then I want like my actions to define who I am, not like my disability or anything like that.
I'm Neha Paramala reporting for Wingspan TV.